Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Brick Pig, and we are just 2 days away from Super Bowl 58 at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. And it is the second meeting between these two in Super Bowl in the last 5 years, and Kansas City and San Francisco. These two are no strangers to this game. They played a very good game just 5 years ago. 4 years ago actually, and so they are going to be dueling it out. San Francisco with a win would tie Pittsburgh and New England for the most Super Bowls of all time with six, and Kansas City could bring home that. I believe that would be their fourth Super Bowl title. Yeah, their fourth Super Bowl title with a win over San Francisco on Sunday night. Um, and I'm just gonna give you some keys to the games and a prediction for Super Bowl 58 on Sunday. And so, big key to the game. I'm going to start with the San Francisco side. Big key to the game for the San Francisco 49ers is they are one of the best defensive teams in the NFL, especially against the pass. They have a tremendous pass rush with Nick Bosa and Nick Bosa and Chase Young, Fred Warner, and Dre Greenlaw give a great push up the middle as well. Um, but they are actually one of the weaker rushing defenses in the NFL, believe it or not. Even though they do have arguably the best linebacker duo in the entire league in Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. Um, but the So I think a big key to the game for the Niners is they have to neutralize the Kansas City Chiefs rushing attack. And the Kansas City Chiefs rushing attack is actually pretty solid. Isaiah Pacheco is a solid back. Actually, I think he's the most underrated running back in the entire NFL. Matter of fact, he's a really good player. So that's a huge key for San Francisco in this game is neutralizing Isaiah Pacheco. And they obviously have to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes because if you don't get pressure on Mahomes, it's tough. It gets really tough on defenses because Patrick Mahomes is on another level. I mean, he is unbelievable. I mean, the Chiefs beat the Ravens. That's incredible. I didn't expect that at all. But he is absolutely unbelievable. He's the most talented player to ever play the position in the sport. Um, and so, I mean, he is one of a kind. He is um and and so I think that is definitely a huge key for San Francisco is they have to be able to neutralize the Kansas City rushing attack. Big key to the game for Kansas City, they got to be able to run the ball. They have to run the ball on the San Francisco defense. Because if they and I think they have to continue to take a run first mentality like they have been in the postseason. Ride Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco is a good back. Like he is a good back. I think actually you can make the argument that he's a top 10 back in the entire NFL. He's really good. So I think you got to continue to ride him, and then you also got a really nice change of pace back in Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's also a great receiver out of the backfield as well, who's also a very good receiver out of the backfield as well. Um, but I still think they do have to take this run first approach in this game. And in Kansas City, and I will say a big key for them is I think Kansas City wins this game if Isaiah Pacheco runs for 125 yards or more. That's that's kind of my biggest key to the game for Kansas City is Isaiah Pacheco needs to continue to play well, and um, so he needs to continue to play well for Kansas City. If Kansas City is going to win this game, I think this is going to be a great game. I think these two teams are very evenly matched. Either outcome would surprise me one way or the other. I think this game could go. I think this game could go either way. Um, Kansas City's and also Kansas City needs to protect Patrick Mahomes. That's obviously a big key to the game because San Francisco has a tremendous pass rush. Um, and yeah, and if they protect Mahomes, Mahomes doesn't need a whole lot of time to find a man and throw the ball back the field. And also, Kansas City's receivers are doing a much better job in the playoffs of hanging on to the football. Um, and so those are kind of my keys to the game for this Sunday. And my prediction is I think the San Francisco 49ers take home the Lombardi Trophy for a sixth time and become the third NFL franchise with six Lombardi trophies. The other two are the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. Um, the I think San Francisco wins this one. I think it's going to be a really good game, and I think it's going to be a little bit more low scoring. These defenses are good. The Kansas City defense is really good. Um, and so I think it's going to be a little bit low scoring. I think Brock Purdy does end up making enough plays on offense. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey is kind of the heartbeat of that offense. But Brock Purdy has done a nice job. He's done a nice job this postseason. I still think he's a pretty average quarterback, just my opinion. But that's been enough for San Francisco to win games, even though have they gotten fortunate? Yes, but they've gotten here. And they're a good team. They're a good team. I think San Francisco, I think they win another close one against Kansas City, and I am going to actually say the score. And my score prediction for Sunday is 20-17. 20-17, San Francisco beats Kansas City, from gets revenge from Super Bowl 50 was 54. Gets revenge from Super Bowl 54. When Kansas City beat San Francisco, it was 31 20. And so the San Francisco 49ers, I think, are going to be your Super Bowl 58 champions and take home Lombardi Trophy number 6. And so that's actually the NFL talk. Shifting over again to college basketball, as college basketball is heating up a little bit, and so are rankings. And the UConn Huskies are still ranked number 1, and there's not a lot of huge games this weekend, and not a lot of huge games this weekend. The biggest one is Baylor on the road in Lawrence against Kansas. College game day will be there tomorrow. I think that's going to be a good game. Baylor's playing good basketball right now. Kansas is a little bit up and down, but Kansas is extremely tough at home. And Hunter Dickinson is having a very good year, as well as Kevin McCullough. Kevin McCullough, who I believe is the nation's most improved player. And Baylor is playing well. Baylor has been a little bit up and down Big 12 play, but they believe they've won 3 in a row. They come into Lawrence against Kansas, and I think this is going to be a good game. I think Kansas, though, playing at home, does get the win over Baylor in this one. And then also another big game on Saturday in Big Ten play, the Michigan State Spartans and hosting the Illinois Fighting Illini in a big game for Michigan State. Like, Michigan State is 14-9 right now, and they're still solidly in the tournament. Joe Lunardi actually has them as a 6 seed, which, I mean, to me, I know record doesn't really get talked about a lot, but I personally believe record should matter. Now, do I think record is a little bit of an overrated ranking? And can you base off of record? No, obviously no. I think record is one of the least important things, but it does matter. 14-9 to me. Does Michigan State deserve to be in the tournament right now? Absolutely. And just like Tuesday, I said Michigan State is a sleeper, and I still believe that. I think Michigan State is a good team. They got talent. They got talent there. And playing at home against Illinois. Illinois is another team that also can be a little bit inconsistent. So I think Michigan State gets the win, and Terrence Shannon, still trying to get accustomed being back at Illinois after missing 6 games um, due to the due to the rape incident that charges were dropped. Um, and so now Michigan State hosting Illinois on Saturday. I think Michigan State does get the win at home against Illinois. Tyson Walker ends up having a good game. I think AJ Hoggard has a good game. And AJ Hoggard is the X factor for Michigan State. When he plays well and doesn't turn the ball over, Michigan State is a good basketball team. So I think they beat Illinois on Saturday and get a much needed win. And those are kind of the 2 games I wanted to preview in college basketball this weekend. And so yeah, if you end up watching college basketball this weekend, have a great time watching college basketball. And I really hope you tune in to Super Bowl Sunday between the Chiefs and the 49ers. And like I said, I got the Niners winning, but I think it's gonna be a great game. So have a great weekend and a great Super Bowl Sunday. Thanks.